Yes, everybody, pumping tunes for this Wednesday. It's bin day, isn't it? Bin day Wednesday. Hope everyone is safe and well. Russell and the West Ham Network. If you're new around here, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a subscribe. All that good stuff. Where's my thing gone? I deleted my thing. Yeah. Oh, I've deleted it. I'll put it back in. Anyway, hope everyone is safe and well. Up for the cup. Come on, West Ham. Come on, West Ham. We'll talk about that in a tick. Let's see what we got in the chat. I haven't got my Christmas album. I'll save it for tonight. Good afternoon, Father Snowman. Hope you're all my friends. Happy Hammerette. Hope you're all well. And Neil, my God, the day's dragging at work. Hurry up and be 5 o'clock. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Mick, good afternoon to you. James, good afternoon to you. P. Gads is it's a cold morning in Detroit. It's a bit frosty today in the Hornchurch, I must say. Not like Lapland weather. It wasn't as cold as Lapland. It's apparently minus 17 today. Bit nippy. Still got my thermals on. Ludders, good morning to you. Good evening to you. Afternoon, rather. Martin, hope you're well. That's the jumper I wanted. I don't think this is the one you can get now. I think this is the one was last year's one. The one you can get this year was different. Sad times. I was sitting left it to the last minute. Always the way. They gave you that Black Friday sale. You should have jumped on there, my friend. And here we have the lesson on a Wednesday. I know. Thank you, Boris. It's Wednesday and tomorrow as well, potentially as well. So here we go. Greetings, Pete. Rob, afternoon to you. Wow, loads of people. Afternoon, Rich. I'm for buying bubbles. Brilliant. It's brass bubbles weather. It really is brass bubbles weather indeed. Luke, and good afternoon to you. So, Tottenham tonight. Conte, will we rotate? What are we thinking? Anton and Matt did a great preview yesterday, going through. And now, again, there's this sort of like slight, don't know who's got COVID and who doesn't yet. So we don't know. No. It was just staff, and then Tom from Tom Clark put in Bargo saying 1 or 2 players may have it as well. Instead of those that he was talking about, he was so who knows? That's what I love about West Ham. We just don't know. What we'll do is we'll go through who do you think is going to start tonight? Who do you think is going to start tonight? What are your selections? What's your 11? What's your predictions? That's what we want to find out today. And obviously, we've got a bit of a history with our friends from 3 Point Lane. Obviously, we have to have a decider as well, which is great. So, I don't want penalties again. But it's always Tottenham, isn't it? Always Tottenham. I mean, we had some of the pictures running through the intro video, but obviously the famous band. I was there with the band, and also had the Jesse doing the crossed irons as well. That was a Tottenham game. We had Antonio doing his whatever it was. I don't really know what that game was. Snodgrass was in that one as well with Lanzini. Who can remember that? That was when the mother-in-law thought I'd turned my ankle. But I just celebrated. Ravel Morrison, don't forget, fantastic solo goal this season. We've had Antonio doing his weird back thing. And then 8 years ago, 3 days ago, on the 18th, no, 4 days ago, on the 18th, obviously we'd beat Spurs 2-1 in the quarterfinals of the League Cup. It wasn't the Carabao Cup at the time, so could history repeat itself? Who knows? I'm hoping it will do. And obviously West Ham Network's friend of the channel, Matt Jarvis, scored one of the goals that day when we upset the Spurs. I think, is it Adebayor scored? And I think also Modibo Maiga scored as well, if I remember, 2-1. I think it was. Was it Sherwood in charge? So it's always Spurs and us. So could history repeat itself 8 years on? Let's hope so. Let's get some comments. Let's see what people think. Is Antonio? We don't know. Have we got anyone fit? I've got my boots in case I can offer something different in the final third. Strongest team has to be put out from Moyes. I agree. I'm going to go through who I think I'm going to select, and see if you agree or if you don't agree. I've heard that apparently he is. That's what the news is coming out. Him and Ben Johnson could both feature, according to X. They all win. They look good at the moment. We look a bit meh. It's that game, but Luke, it's that game, isn't it? Form's out the window when it's West Ham Spurs, isn't it? West Ham Spurs. Mark Noble will be in that dressing room, getting those boys going, because it could be his last League Cup game ever for West Ham. Let's hope it's not. Let's hope it has at least one. Is the semi-final double-legged? but at least 2 more games. Looks like Antonio's on the game the way he was playing. We'll see. Good, thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Cresswell should be fit, and even Johnson, indeed. That's what I've heard. Not even not feeling confident in the slightest. I don't feel good about his game, which means West Ham will do well. There we go. I've got some road tyres on my road bit, so like you, I'm waiting for the call. Good to know. Good to know, Pete. Pete's got his winter tyres on ready, so that's all good. So let's go through. Who I think is going to start. Let me just get this ready. Let me share my screen. This is more technical than them boys. Right, let me get it all ready. But I think this is who I think might start. And agree with me if you will. If not, just tell me to shut up. Most people do. Right, actually, let me just turn that off a minute because it's gone all weird. Let's go back in. Here we go. Right, so let's start. I think in goal, I think it will be Areola. He's our goalkeeper. He's our cup goalkeeper. I think he'll be in goal. Now, in an ideal situation, I would want Mr. Cresswell back. By all accounts, there's a chance he could be starting. He could be in the squad at least, so hopefully so. For me, then obviously in the same ilk, I hope that Mr. Ben Johnson is starting as well, because I think we need that solidity. In the centre halves, I think it will be Mr. Craig Dawson. I think Mr. Issa Diop. I can't really see any changes there. Midfield, I agree with a lot of people. I think we should go with our strongest possible team. So obviously that means Mr. Declan Rice, and it means Mr. where is he? Tommy Souček. Now, obviously, we don't know who's got COVID, if anyone's got COVID, who has, who hasn't. So for me, I think we need to. So I'm almost a first teamer, to be honest. So I want to put Fornals in because I think he just brings that extra bit of dynamism in the midfield, and he can sort of go into with Rice and Souček and create a 3 if need be. Particularly, again, it depends who they play as well. I mean, will Ndombele play? He played. He didn't start the other game. Will Dele Alli play? Who knows? West Ham's Dele Alli. Now, obviously, we don't necessarily know who's going to be out, who's going to be in. It's Tottenham, so you got to put Manu in. You've got to put Manu in if it's Tottenham. I'd keep Ben Rama on the bench, and then I would put obviously Bowen in, and then Antonio obviously up top if he's fit. If he hasn't got COVID. So I mean, it's a pretty. I mean, that's what I would go with, to be honest. But I don't know. We don't know who's going to be fit. We don't know who's well, who's that. I don't know. But that's my team. That's who I think should start. We know with Moyes there's going to be a twist. There's going to be a because some people say that Antonio's got COVID. If Antonio's got COVID, then what do we do? Do we go with? Oh, that's we can do this live, can't we? Do we take Antonio off? Do we put someone like put Bowen up top and then put Vlasic on the right? Do we go with everyone's favourite? Do we maybe move things around and put Fornals there and Arthur there? There's loads of options. And that's if everyone's fit. If Ben Johnson's not in, then obviously Soufal will be out. Is out. So Lansbury, Henry Lansbury. Where did the team go? Ashby. Harrison Ashby, Henry Lansbury. What a great player! He was our sub goalkeeper as well. Ashby could play. But I mean, there's options there, isn't it? We haven't spoken about people like, Okaflex. What's to stop Okaflex being on the bench? Maybe he could get run out. Who knows? But you like it? It's fancy. Look at that fancy. See, this is what you get when you get 2 screens. You can do stuff that's a bit fancier. So that's what I think. What does everyone else think? Let's have a look. Russ, where's your hats? Paul from you. Sorry, Jake. Sorry. I do look how small that hat is, but you can't tell because I put my headphones in. There we go. That's better. Rusty B11. It is my Rusty B11. Indeed. Afternoon, Frank. Hope you're well. Rich, hope you're well. Randolph in goal is as almost a reindeer. That near enough. And let's say to start. Do you think? I don't think he'll start him. I think he'll try and go as much as possible. But I can see what you think. I mean, Anton likes it. I mean, I'd give. It's priorities, isn't it? I mean, the chances are, who knows what's going to happen with the next. I mean, hopefully Boxing Day is going to be still around, but who knows after that what's going to happen. So, I mean, there was a report by X to say they're both back. Cresswell and Ben Johnson could both be in the squad tonight. So, and it's the type of thing that we'd randomly do. Kubo's not banned; he should play and let John. But apparently he is. To be honest, I don't know. Still reckons he is banned because it's a League Cup. It's a League Cup. He is banned, but I think so. But I don't know. Let's bring him in. Big man. No, don't do that.
All right.
All right.
Hello. Yep. Little Joey's here sleeping.
Joey's getting his
multitasking. I've doing this. I've got the camera. I'm sitting with my work laptop. I've got this on. I'm got the baby. That's what you've just got to do in life, innit?
Yeah, just got to do, mate. Just got to do it in life.
Look at that. Look at your technology. Oh.
What do you mean?
Well, I've got 3 screens. I just haven't purchased PowerPoint. So I just need to purchase PowerPoint and then I'm sorted.
Cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheap. So. Are you nervous today?
I said in the preview last night with Matt that my mind is slightly off the game because of the worry. I know it sounds stupid. I'm not worried about, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but it's all about, will fans be allowed in the stadium come after this game? So this is the part that started to take my mind off of it, the game itself. So I've not got the same buzz I normally get, and I'm getting that feeling of what I had when it was like back to the Arsenal game with Arteta. When West Ham played Arsenal, we got beat and Arteta picked up COVID. And I'm just like, it's the world of unknown. It's like you just said it there, Russ. What happens on Boxing Day? Like, is that going to be our last game with fans allowed in? Like, how can we prepare to go to games? For me, I need to prepare in advance to go to games. So right now, it's just pushing the games back further for me to get to, and it's just so frustrating. And of course, I want everyone's health to be okay. I'm not saying that, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know what you mean. It's a weird.
Yes, I'm excited. Of course, I am. It's a quarter final. I just think it's like the thought of thinking, God, what's our luck? Like we get through, and then the fans aren't bloody allowed in the stadium.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean, like what?
Yeah, but it's a nice thing to worry about, if that makes sense, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I know that's in the future, isn't it? I think we need to, I think Arsenal did a job on Sunderland yesterday, and they're looking good, Arsenal, at the moment, I must say.
They are, but do you know what? They're playing they're kind of free-flowing football. Like it seems to be kind of the pressure's been lifted off them. I think the Aubameyang thing may have been one of the final pieces of the jigsaw, which was, maybe he was a bad egg, maybe he is a bad egg, or I think the players like him, but his attitude wasn't right. And by Arsenal sticking by someone like Arteta and then finding players like Martinelli and giving him the utter freedom, like they flow, players like that completely flow. But I said this in a video done earlier on, and I'd said it again yesterday. It's like the fan base panics, and then people say, well, we're rightly so, we should panic because we're in the position we're in, and we need to push forward. But like everything, Russ, things take a while to transition, and there's going to be bumps in the road. And right now we're hitting a bump. And I think Happy Amaret wrote in one of the comments recently in someone's show, if there was a time where things weren't going right, this is the time you would want it because we're so close to the transfer window opening up. Not that you want things to go bad, but
you've got time to sort it out.
Yeah. And I've got faith. You just done your technology there with the 11 that you would field. The thing is, nobody knows who's going to make the game tonight.
No.
So, but either way, I do have faith in what Moyes is doing. I have faith in the young guns that potentially are coming through. I wouldn't even be surprised if we did see a young centre back pairing one of the senior centre backs. I mean, that could be an option.
Yeah.
To save one of the centre backs for the Premier League to guarantee,
Yeah.
I couldn't, as long as Rice and Suchek are able, I can see them starting because they've
Yeah.
had a rest.
Yeah, I mean we've had a rest. I mean, that's the thing. We have had a rest, and to all intents and purposes, Spurs ain't. They
Yeah,
played the other day, so um, yeah. I mean, I think it's a weird one. It's like I think as you said, because of the just uncertainty around things, everything seems a bit like insignificant at the moment. If that makes sense, and it shouldn't be, but it's
yeah.
like you're like
It's just a little bit for me. I'm not saying the game's it's just a little bit. It's like,
yeah. I mean,
it's just like, oh, I just wish it was fully normal and then we could just really embrace it and
mm.
really go for it. I mean,
Well,
obviously I'm not going to
apparently
be at the
there's
game,
there's
and
6,000. I think 6,000 West
I
Ham
thought it
fans
was
there
yeah,
tonight.
6+, yeah.
So, well, there'd be more than that because it's just
Yeah,
West Ham. They always get a ticket off
absolutely.
someone. So it's going to be a great crowd.
Mhm.
And no doubt about it. It's as you said, like it's funny. Was it 18 a few days ago? Exactly the same. Quarterfinals,
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
those West Ham's
Yeah,
friend of the channel, Matt Jarvis.
yeah.
Um, scored as well as Maiga, and so
Am I
that could
eager?
happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean,
it's just
I don't fear teams to the extent I used to
mm,
anymore. It's just now down to the fact of what West Ham turn up. It always is
yeah,
to me, Russ. That's what it's come down to now. The West Ham turned up against Arsenal wasn't the West Ham that we're used to.
yeah,
However, Arsenal looked like a team that were possessed,
yeah.
genuinely. And if you remember Arteta on the sidelines,
Oh, mental.
it was he was. I've never saw a manager so involved, borderline, literally on the park. Like he
Mm.
was doing my head in,
Oh, it
but
was so
it
annoying that
it was
when
so
he made
annoying. Yeah,
what's name sort of hobble back onto the pitch to
yeah,
it's just ridiculous. But
yeah,
the that energy breeds, I mean, and that's that. I mean, to be honest, that's how we spent the whole of last season when we were behind closed doors. Was the energy from the bench permeated to that's a long word, but
yeah,
permeated to the players because it
yeah,
did because you had more, and they were doing it all the time, but the camera
yeah.
didn't pick up as much.
No,
But yeah,
so
no,
I
it's
genuinely don't. I genuinely don't. I don't look at Spurs and I don't look at Arsenal. I don't look at Man United and Man City and think, oh, like what I used to think like 2 years ago. It's
mm,
just now down to the fact that like, how will we set up? Have some teams managed to work out what formation and what team we're putting out? Because we are within reason becoming reasonably predictable.
yeah,
However, what that will do is have to force the players to step up again and constantly force the players to step up so you can be predictable, because there are teams out there that play predictable teams, predictable formations and predictable starting 11s, but still get results. So it's now, that's where the next level of transitioning for West Ham is. We have to step up. And then what an opportunity, Russ,
mm.
under this whole new era of being a West Ham fan, to get to semi-final. Moyes will know that. Moyes will want it.
Moyes will want it because it'll justify it. I think that's what this team, that's what this era needs at the moment, is some justification in the trophy cabinet. I mean, as I said, we still revere the boys of '86 who finished third.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And so,
yeah,
that's so to really, and throughout history, the West Ham history, teams that have won something are go down in history at West Ham,
yeah,
and so not like a City or a Man United who win pretty much something at least every year. We don't. So the ability to win the League Cup, which we've never won before as well,
no,
in our history, will get it justifies the
yeah.
spell we're having for West
But we
Ham.
can't we can't we can't also um you know put to bed Tottenham, because Conte has been there, done that, wore the t-shirt in the Premier League,
Yeah,
and managers like him know how important it is for a club to win any cup. So
yeah,
some people say I'll give up the League Cup. Well, that's funny they say that, but Man City didn't for 5 seasons in a
5
row.
years. Yeah.
So Pep Guardiola fully understood the importance of winning a cup, because they
Mhm.
constantly say win a cup as early as you possibly can, and that can set the tone for the rest of your season.
Yeah.
So Conte's been there, done that, wore the t-shirt, and that's exactly what he'll be saying to that Tottenham team. This can kick on your season if you go ahead and win this competition. This is why tonight's game's got, maybe my excitement's kicking in now because it's got everything about it. It's got
Mm.
a London derby quarter final, and there's such a big, something at the end of it, a semi-final. It's a semi-final in a League Cup for two teams that haven't won a cup competition for so long. Yeah, big deal, big huge deal.
It is, man.
So I am buzzing. I am buzzing now.
Yeah, I am now. I was buzzing when I put that little video together, my intro video, because it was like you just go through and it's like, it's just like all the great times with. As I said, it's always something with us and Tottenham, isn't it? It's like, as you said, it's either Antonio's doing that thing this year, or there was that year, or there was that year, or there was that year,
Keep
or
them
there
coming.
was that year.
I was waiting for that one.
Or there was that year as well. That was against Spurs as well. And obviously then you had the Lingard as well doing the crossed irons, skating across the pitch. There's always something going on with this game. And I think it's going to be, and I think, to be honest, it would have been obviously better to have played them pre-Conte. But actually, this is going to be a really good game because, because Conte's a good man. And that Spurs are not at the best, but they're pretty much at their, they're playing better than they have done all season. So you want to play them when they're playing their best to go back to people, because people go, oh yeah, but we weren't good that, we beat you at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but we weren't good then. There's always a caveat. There's always a caveat. Or Harry Kane's out, or it doesn't matter. I mean, we've had our whole centre back partnership out, but
I know, tell me about it. But I think we're more than capable of stepping up to the plate. It's just going to be an interesting game. Anyway, Russ, I'm going to go because I've got lunch.
What time's the previous time?
Set up for 6:45.
Okay.
Kick off at 7:45. So that's just a case of it's set up for 6:45 based upon who's available.
Basically.
But I think you're kicking about, are you not, at some point?
Oh well, I'll be kicking. Well, technically, I'm still self-isolating for my day 2 results. Although Flo's got them, so Flo can go out. Flo can go shopping.
Flo can go.
Joe can go out, but I can't at the moment. I don't understand how that's worked. But anyway,
cool.
But yeah. All right, mate. Go on.
See you later on. Take it easy.
See you, mate.
Come on.
Come on, you irons. There we go. There's Anton. There's Anton. As I said, what we was mentioning there is obviously the watch along, which will be there, which will be about 6:45, 7 o'clock ish. Feel free, join us. We'll have a great time. It's going to be a great match. I'm really looking for. I'm a bit buzzy. I was a bit near this morning, but putting things together and starting to talk about it, getting into it now, And so it'll be a great Christmas present, wouldn't it? What a great Christmas present Mr. Moyes could give us. A semi-final. And they've beaten Spurs in the quarterfinals. Absolutely perfect. Roll on Boxing Day as well. In terms of what's happening, so obviously we'll do that, and then we'll have the Pro Review show straight afterwards. If we've won, we'll have lots to talk about. If we've not, it'll be a pretty depressing place, but hopefully we'll have lots to talk about. Tomorrow is Thursday. Yep, it's Thursday, 23rd. So we'll be having there'll be a lunchtime show. But also on Thursday night, we'll be doing a Christmas show. Hey, a Christmas show. And also it'll be a thank you show to you guys as well, for obviously reaching 10,000 subscribers. We thought we'd do it literally coming up to Christmas, so that'll be tomorrow night. Might be a few surprises. Who knows? Even I don't know. And then on Friday, which is Christmas Eve, Christmas Eve, we'll have a Christmas quiz on the lunchtime show. For you guys, and maybe a surprise or two will turn up on Christmas Eve. Who knows? But that's why I like to keep you all on suspense. Suspense. Keep you in suspense. So what are we thinking? What's the scores going to be tonight? What's everyone going to say in the chat? Let's see what the scores are going to be tonight. For me, 2-0. 2-0 tonight. 2-0. When's the West Ham Network Panto? We've already got Scrooge. We've already got Scrooge lined up already, so that's not a problem. Frank's buzzing too. I've had a can of Red Bull and 3 coffees. I haven't been able to go get my Red Bull. I always get my Red Bull every day. Let's see if my test results come in yet. Oh, it's just ridiculous. Oh, hang on. Can I go outside? Let's have a look. They've literally just come through. Oh, here we go. This is live test results. Has Russ passed his day 2 test? We're going live. And we're going live. Negative. Woohoo! There we go. So I can go out now. I might go get a can of Red Bull in a minute. Sugar-free, of course. 1-0 irons for Frank, 2-1 for Father Snowman, 1-1 penalties. We go for penalties. I don't know if I could cope it. The Man City penalties were worse enough, and I was there. PGAD's 1-1 penalties. West Ham win. 2-1 Spurs. Not sure for James. 2-1 Spurs. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. I mean, we don't know. As I said, there's talk about is Antonio got COVID? Is Bowen out? You know, that's what it seems to be the rumor. No one knows. No one knows. All we know is that the press conference, Moyes alluded to the fact that a couple of staff members had COVID, and obviously that could include playing staff potentially and non-playing staff, the coaching staff, the kit man. And then Tom Clark put out because that and then like, what happens is they have a press conference, and then some of the things that said are embargoed until afterwards, and so what's released in the news in the press is what's released basically, and what can be said. And then he then released on, it was last night, I believe. Where was it? Because I screenshotted it and sent it to the chaps. And then at 10:30 last night, he said from the embargoed section of the David Moyes press conference, when asked to confirm if it was only staff who could have COVID at West Ham, he said, we may have players with it as well. We may have players with it as well. Players is plural to me. Otherwise, he would have said a player. And we may rather than we do. So again, maybe people are having their PCR test today. Who knows? We don't know. So but I think whoever's going to put the side out are going to, everyone's going to give their all. It's Tottenham. It's West Ham, Tottenham. We always give our all for that game. Form book goes out the window. Yes, Spurs are playing well. Yes, we haven't been playing well. We haven't scored for a few games, which is very unlike us as well. But it's Tottenham. It's a cup game. Anything can happen. We upset them 8 years ago when we won 2-1 with Madiba Maiga and Matt Jarvis scoring. We were the first team to win and first team to score against them at their own gaff. We've already beaten them undefeated in the last 2 games. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And that's what should be exciting. That's why you got to make sure you tune into the watch along tonight. Build up from, I said, 6:45, 7 o'clock. We'll obviously take you through the team. If we get the team any earlier, we'll be bringing it to you a bit earlier, so you're the first ones to know. 5-1 to the mighty Hammers, says Howard. Let's see what happens. Your countdown has said a 3-0 own goal by Harry Kane. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. That'd be very interesting, wouldn't it? As I said, I think I'm going for a 2-0. I'm going for a 2-0. I'm going for a shutout. They were impressive the other day, I must say. They were impressive. They looked against Liverpool. It was a really good game. Great game for the neutrals, as people would say. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, isn't it? Let's be honest. We don't necessarily know how well we're going to, we don't know what team we're putting out. We don't know whether Cresswell's going to be starting. We don't know whether Ben Johnson's going to be starting. We just don't know. Do we? We just and actually, I don't mind that, because if I don't know and if you don't know, how the F is Conte going to know what team we're putting ourselves at? Some people mention maybe we'll go like for like in terms of our setup, but who knows? I don't think we will. I don't think we'll go like. I found it. I don't think we'll go like for like. I think we're going to go out, and I think we'll hopefully put our strongest side out. Pete's gone for a 2-1. Maybe Eric Dyer. Who's the 12th man for Spurs tonight? 6,000 West Ham fans going there, so they'll be singing their hearts out. You're there, and it's on Sky, isn't it? It's on Sky, yeah. It's on Sky, so it's a lot of people will be watching it as well. We've not conceded this competition yet. Is that the case? Wow, of course. We'll say 2-0. Let's go 2-0. Is VAR available tonight? Something else to worry about? I don't know if I think it is. No, it's not. I don't think for the League Cup it is available. So I'm trying to think, when we played City, there wasn't any VAR. And Man United, there wasn't any VAR, was there? We should have, wasn't there? We should have, if there was VAR, we'd have got a goal or something like that as well. Are there 5 subs? No. It's only in European competitions that you have the 5 subs, which always confuses me. Kane will get a penalty, hit the bar, and end up in their own goal. Brilliant. So it'll be a penalty. It comes off, pings off his head. Let's slab it all the way over Lloris. Sounds great. I can see this going one way. 3-3. West Ham go through in penalties with Flabby 2 penalty saves. Spurs Savage, just want to say good luck. Have a great game. Cheers, Spurs Savage. Good luck to you too, sir, after today. There we go. There's an olive branch has been handed out by Spurs Savage. So I do appreciate you coming. Join us for the watch along, man. and if you've won, you're going to gloat. Fair play. That's your prerogative. If you don't, we'll gloat at you. Fair enough. Carabao Cup is our years this year. First time ever to have won the League Cup in West Ham's history. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And we'll worry about if fans are allowed in at the semis and the final afterwards. Let's get through first. Let's get through. 3-0 Franos. I'm worried about who the ref is, and obviously 3-0 to West Ham. Don't be nervous, Howard. Will be a doddle. It's only the Spurs. 2 Premier League clubs you have. I think it's own. Is it? No, I don't think it is being used tonight, Mark, because it's for a level playing field. I think last year they introduced it. If it was available, you'd use it. But I think then they said, well, that's not fair. If West Ham are playing Stockport away, then they couldn't use VAR. But if it was the other way around, they could use VAR. So it didn't seem right. So I believe it's not available. Just hope Conte's designed the full spots. Well, so have we. The full spots are ours. Not being used. I feel it in my bones, Russ. Come on, Moisey. Feliz Navidad. That's what we want. Feliz Navidad. That'd be nice. What a great Christmas. All I want for Christmas is semi-final. All I want for Christmas is semi-final. Doesn't really work. But anyway. As I said, we'll be back here from about 6:45, 7 o'clock-ish tonight for the build-up, the watch-along. We'll do the highlight show, all that stuff, all that malarkey. On tomorrow, I should be back for a debrief, which is what we do. Always do a little debrief. That'll be the day after, so that'll be interesting. Thursday night, we're going to do our sort of Christmas show / thank you show. A bit different, not necessarily talking about anything in particular. We might have a few games or whatever. A bit of a giggle, maybe get some guests on if we can, and just have a bit of a chat and a bit of a thank you to you guys because a bit of Christmas cheer. Let's spread a bit of Christmas cheer, regardless of what happens tonight. Let's spread some Christmas cheer tomorrow, and then on Friday lunchtime, the lunchtime show, we'll be doing a special West Ham Christmas quiz. You asked for it. You've got it. A West Ham Christmas quiz on Friday. We may get a guest or two turn up. Who knows? Or we may get some video messages or things like that. So make sure you tune in. It'll be a laugh. Can Jonathan Nate come to West Ham? Any chances? Well, Anton go back this morning at 11 o'clock. Anton did a whole show about Jonathan Davies, going to all the stats. There's a lot of news about it, so we'll see. We've worked out and that before. We have worked out and out below par. Recruitment is straight. Yep, I don't understand it. It's starting to cost us. Thank you, Areola. Obviously massive tonight. I think he'll start tonight. Pretty much, I think he'll start. But then you never know. You never know, Moisey. As I said, we've had a rest, and those Spurs have had a rest, a 3-game rest, and they played on Sunday. We haven't played, so he might keep everyone ticking over. Although we do have Southampton in 4 days' time as well. I think we forget that. It's almost like, we've got Boxing Day and then the 28th, and we've got the massive Christmas period. Regardless of what happens with fans attending or whatever, potentially, we've still got that Christmas, the Premier League is still going on. So, there will be a 26. So although I want to put our strongest side out, I wouldn't be surprised. If there's an Alese turns up in there or an Ashby, just to keep us going, but who knows? He's still, I don't know if he is. I don't think so, but I'm not too sure. He might be. I don't know. Wash those hands, get his jabs, get those boosters, Mrs. Budden's not very well though. She hasn't got COVID, but she's not very well at the moment. She needs to get a booster actually. She can now. She can leave the house, and I can leave the house as I've just been given my negative. That does mean the mother-in-law's coming over. It was a great excuse. She couldn't come over because we hadn't in our day 2. We had to self-isolate. Now I might long it out to Christmas. You can't come. Sorry, Pat. Can't come. No, I'm joking. I'm happy to win this cup and finish further 5th. Happy Amaret. That's what I think we're going to do. I don't think we're going to. I don't. To be honest, I would like us to have a couple. I think someone mentioned it in the chat a couple of days ago. Might have been Toby or someone like that. Couple of years in a row, just guaranteeing Europa League. Win the Europa League, go straight into the Champions League anyway, innit? Bosh, that's how we do it. And you've only got a few more games to win, and then you're in the Champions League. Sorted, innit? So you guys think of what players you've starting? Think we're all missing is Gil. Oh, is it? Okay. We don't really know. We don't really know, to be honest, Spurs. Savage. We don't know who's going to be playing, who's got COVID. Apparently a player or two may have it. We were 100% clear last week. So maybe it's our turn to have a bit of a, who knows? I don't think anyone really knows. I'd like to obviously put our strongest side out, of course, because it's the quarterfinals, but you never know, do you, David Moyes? And it's interesting to see what Conte does as well, how seriously he takes this. Anton made a really good point in that when Pep obviously started, he and City, no one else took the Carabao Cup really properly, seriously, apart from City. The last 5 years they won it. They haven't, until we beat them in the cup, they haven't lost for 5 years in that cup, and it's the first trophy. So it could bring momentum, and for us particularly, because we're still in Europe because we've been kicked out, unlike you guys, randomly. We've got that long period until March where we don't have to play again into Europe. So if we had a trophy under our belts potentially by then, think how great we would go into it. Don't think I'm dreaming of top 4 finish. We are. There wasn't VAR last night at the Arse. Yes, I don't think we have VAR. I think no one has VAR. Top 4 when we have a bigger squad. I agree. Come on, guys. It's just Spurs. Seems like a court is nice. He's Canadian. We had Craig Forrest on a few weeks ago. Thought he was a phenomenal player. So I'd rather win the FA Cup than the Copacabana. Well, the thing is, the Carabao Cup, as most people call it, Frank, we've never won the League Cup. We've never won it. So it'd be nice to just have it. And for this team, they'll be the first team in history, West Ham's history, to have won the Carabao Cup, to win the League Cup, not the Carabao Cup, because it's Worthington and Carling and Coca-Cola and Milk and all that. We were the first team to win the League Cup. It's the best three-handled trophy out there. There we go. Chris Kavanagh is the ref today. What could possibly go wrong? Indeed. I'm not fussed what cup we win. Indeed. Fun fact, I've never done a COVID test. Anyone else? Done a few now. I am fussed. I'm a bit fussy, don't you know? Indeed. West Ham we certainly can. European FA Cup, lovely. COVID takes the piss, mate. It does. I hate needles as well, mate. I hate needles. But this one weren't bad. Honestly, and I've passed out my BCG test when I was a kid. It wasn't that bad for me, to be honest. Win a cup, qualify for Europe, I'm happy. Exactly, Gary. And I think that will hopefully be the benchmark for us going forward. It will be European qualification as a minimum, and then who knows what happens. That's where we are. Russ, can we play 9 sub? I don't think we can have 5 today. I think it's just the same as the FA Cup. It's only in the Europa League we get 5. Hayes was more, and it would be massive indeed. Right, guys, I'm going to shoot because I need to have a wee more than anything. It's been a busy day at work, and as I said, we'll be back 6:45ish tonight. The only way you can make sure you know what time we're back in is if you hit the button and subscribe, and then you become a subscriber. There we go. Hit the notifications and then know exactly when we're coming on. If you like us around here, like what we do, consider becoming a member. Hit that join button down there and become a member. Over 50 of us so far in the member Barmy Army. We'd like to thank every one of them individually in each of the shows. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, wash your hands, get those boosters, come in your irons, up for the cup. Here we go, boys. Much love.
It's like a family tree.